Maimane has written to National Assembly Speaker Baleka Mbete requesting that Parliament reconvene urgently to deal with Eskom.
He says to establish an ad hoc committee could be the answer. Last week, the country was plunged into hours of darkness as the power utility implemented stage 4 load shedding.
We have faced yet one of the most devastating power cuts as Eskom implemented stage 4 load shedding last week. It attributed the problem to power imports from Mozambique strained by Cyclone Idai hitting the Cahora Bassa Dam. The power utility says although it remains optimistic that there won't be power cuts this week, the system is still vulnerable, but load shedding will only be implemented if absolutely necessary. The DA believes it has solutions that could help Eskom deal with the national crisis.
Even though Parliament has risen, we must reconvene it. We must reconvene it for the first purpose, which is to establish an ad hoc committee consisting of the portfolio committees on energy, public enterprise, trade and industry. This is on the basis of Rule 253, which states that by resolution of the National Assembly, or that during an adjournment of the Assembly for the period of more than 14 days, that the Speaker in consultation with the Whippery can urgently convene Parliament.
Maimane outlined his party's parliamentary plan to tackle it.
We must summon all the officials and ministers to account for the current crisis and provide evidence for actions previously taken to prevent this particular situation. I want to know what evidence is there that people like President Ramaphosa spoke up when this crisis was taking place.
The DA is to march to the union buildings on Friday, demanding that President Cyril Ramaphosa also provide solutions to the power crisis. Abongile Dumako, SABC News, Johannesburg.
So as we mentioned, the DA leader Mmusi Maimane has written to the National Assembly Speaker Baleka Mbete requesting Parliament reconvene urgently to deal with the Eskom issue. We on the line now to Abongile Dumako, SABC reporter, to talk a little bit more about it. Abongile, let's just first start with what new that the DA believe has not been discussed about Eskom that would really incite or invite an urgent sitting in Parliament.
Good evening, Sebi. So certainly DA leader Mmusi Maimane adamant that a lot could be done in as far as trying to rectify the challenges that Eskom is facing, which saw stage 4 load shedding being implemented last week. DA leader Mmusi Maimane going on to say that there's a lot of people who need to account within the portfolio committees in Parliament, which include the Department of Energy, Public Enterprises, and of course make it a point that they could have foreseen, saying that in fact President Cyril Ramaphosa could have foreseen that South Africa will be in this situation right now where there is always a constant power cut. He says that if this Parliament reconvenes urgently as he's requested to the National Assembly Speaker Baleka Mbete to actually do so, then they will table some of the issues or some of the solutions that they feel are actually of vital importance and could actually put load shedding to the past, saying that they want an Ad-Hoc Committee to be established that will actually situate that the challenges are of the past. So they are actually saying that there's a lot that could be done as in yesterday to actually reverse the load shedding that we've seen happening here in South Africa.
So he cited some laws that make this not only possible but urgent. What exactly is he hoping to get out of it? I know there was a mention of the ad hoc committee, but this particular reconvening of Parliament, of sitting of Parliament, what else will be achieved that hasn't been spoken about, that hasn't been raised and hasn't come out through the public domain?
He believes that there's more than what meets the eye. He says this is as a result of a corrupt government, saying that in that Ad-Hoc Committee, all those portfolio committees, including the public enterprises, energy, and of course all the energy sector agents that usually report to Parliament, they must actually come to the fore and account as to basically what led to South Africa facing this, because he says that the extent at which corruption exists in Eskom is as a result now where millions of South Africans find themselves suffering due to the fact that the lights have switched on. He says the main thing that he feels would do good, in inverted commas, for this Ad-Hoc Committee is actually gun or actually go for those that he believes are in government and of course have taken Eskom on its knees to actually account, including President Cyril Ramaphosa saying that there's no way that he could have not foreseen this happening, and he's been in government for the past 9 years, whom he says that this past 9 years were a disaster, and he kept quiet. Why did he keep quiet all along? Then he needs to come to the fore as well and explain to South Africans what really is going on as far as the darkness that we've seen having taken place in the past couple of weeks.
Abongile, what else came out of the press briefing?
Basically, on Friday, Mmusi Maimane appealing to supporters of the DA and, of course, the greater South African community to actually march alongside with him as he'll be heading to the union buildings in Pretoria, saying that he wants to meet with President Cyril Ramaphosa and actually demand that he explains to him as to basically what is it that he is on his desk in as far as the plans are concerned that will see load shedding being a thing of the past. Going on to say that actually they will meet him halfway, inverted commas again, and actually provide these solutions that he believes, will actually help South Africa, not go through load shedding again. He's saying that it's actually a shame that at this time of the year, we are actually already experiencing load shedding. How much more will it be during winter time, during the course of the year? So saying that Friday is going to be the day that they will be marching, and then he's going to give the president 5 days to respond to their list of demands. And if nothing is happening, then they are going to see what's the next move that will see South Africans, survive yet another, not actually going through yet another load shedding.
All right, thanks a lot. Abongile Dumako, our reporter here in Johannesburg. Let's take you to Cape Town with Stephen now.
Tsepiso, thanks very much indeed.